Alright guys, so I also had a question about this pit. I've actually had several questions over the past several years. People see this and go, what the hell is that? That is a great question, and like I told Greg at Greg's Garage, it's a crazy story. So I was fairly new at the body shop, and I knew this is what I wanted to do. I knew that I was going to restore cars, and that was my goal. And so what he told me was it. I mean, he was the man. He could do excellent body work. He'd make anything look that was crashed, that stuff that I couldn't even believe could ever be fixed, he could fix it. He was amazing. So whatever he told me, I was all in. So he told me, he said, when you're building your shop, he said, I seen a guy that did this. He said, when you're pouring the concrete foundation, actually have them pour out something like this, and that's a couple feet wide and I don't know, 6 feet long or something like that, and you can see it's got a step in it right there. Well, that's for your filters. If I was to take paint filters or take whatever filters you want, you know, heater filters or whatever, you set them down in this, now you got a downdraft type paint system. He said what the guy did was he took a squirrel cage like this, or you know, a heavy duty blower. He blew this down into this pit. Well, this supposedly creates the Venturi effect, which is air entrainment into, you know, this stream. So basically what you would do is you'd have your car here, and as you're spraying, it would actually act as a downdraft system and suck all of your fumes down and out through the fan and underneath whatever. And I was going to put a filter. Well, I had filters all the way across the top there. The issue is it doesn't really work. I mean, maybe if my shop was enclosed in a smaller area, but I mean, there's literally no vacuum here to pull anything. This little thing's not going to do it. Maybe if I had just a little paint area, a little paint room, like a, you know, 10 by 10s set up here for painting just parts and stuff, and I had it walled off, this may work perfect, because it probably would allow stuff to settle down and just suck right out the wall. But for as big as this area is, this is not really cutting. Now this helps me a lot because, like I said, like I just cleaned this out. I had all that mud in there. Well, I just pop that deal, sweep it right on out the ass end. The fan helps suck it on out, so it's perfect. If I want to douche my shop out, all I have to do is douche it all over and push it, squeegee it all over into here, and it's set up to where I've got a little channel running out the back side where the water will just run and just run off. So I can clean my shop out, I can sweep dirt into this and then sweep it out there. At one point I had thought about getting those systems that you have on the wall that have a vac that suck it right on out the outside or whatever. But now that I put those little guys underneath the door there, it's harder to squeegee the shop out. So this works out good. That's the only reason I haven't sealed this thing up, because like I said, I'm not sure it's really worth what it is, and I could just literally fill that with cement and be done with it. But I'm not 100% sure it's not going to work a little bit, and you know, until I seal this half of the room off, use this setup, maybe run some fans under the door there like Tom did in his videos. You know, he's got the little setup to where he's got, you know, several fans underneath and had it all sealed up. Really awesome idea. I can do that plus this fan, so it should be enough to pull all this out. But anyway, that's the explanation for this pit. Good idea, bad idea, I don't know. It is what it is now. I've got it. They poured it in there, and this is all post-tension cable slab, so they had to basically just run rebar through this piece here, and the rest of it's post-tensioned all the way through the rest. But anyway, because of that, they couldn't run the rebar or the post-tension all the way across here. So anyway, that's that. I think that's probably what those nails are sticking out there. Probably the back side of that for the post tensions that post tension this shorter area over to the outside of the shop. But anyway, yeah, that's it. This video is going to be really long if I don't stop talking, but a lot of questions I've had, and I figured it'd be easier just to make a video and kind of explain it, because it's hard to type all that out and kind of get my idea or the general principle of what I was going for with this. And again, I listened to anything that guy said because he was like, you know, he was fantastic at what he did, and I thought this guy knows everything there is to know. Well, this was just something he saw someone else do, and obviously it worked somewhat well for that person, which maybe this would, maybe I'm missing something, maybe I need a stronger fan, I don't know. But I mean, if something gets down to right here, sure, it's going to suck it out. But I've got all this area over here where it's not going to suck from over there all the way across to over here to pull it out. That's why I feel like I'm going to need to put some fans underneath that door. That way anything that's over there is going to suck out that way. Anything that's over here is going to suck out this way. So that's kind of what my plan is. And that's what this little hole is. And it's come in pretty handy. You really got to be careful that you don't step off in it, which I've almost done several times. But yeah, my thought was when I was doing it, I thought, man, I can just take the car and back it right up over the hole, have a downdraft freaking system right underneath the car, so everything will suck right underneath the car and go right out the wall. Well, in theory, that's fantastic, but that's, look out, I mean, you know, you think about a downdraft paint system, man, the whole floor is the whole floor is a downdraft. I mean, this little area, that's not going to do shit. But I didn't know that at the time, so, you know, you live and learn. That's the way it works, so. Anyway, yeah, I use it for a clean out, and that's pretty much what it is. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get back on this and get this place cleaned up good and start epoxying. See ya.